Hey, it's Kristen here, and oh my gosh, we are almost finished with our Coach to Emerald training. Today is day 14, and we are going over following up. And I have to say, this topic is one of my Achilles heels, is that following up. And that if I don't have the proper plan, and if I think I'm just going to leave it up to my memory to remember who I've talked to and what we talked about, and whether someone was pregnant when they were due, what their issues were, and blah, 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 and think I'm going to rely on my brain and not put it down on my paper and track it, I am sorely going to be in trouble. And it happens. So I want to go ahead and share with you a fantastic video that our upline coach, Christine Dwyer, did for one of her other previous trainings, but this still fits. It's perfect. It's all about following up. And I think you guys will take some really great notes and have some great takeaways. So just know too that I've also included some bonus videos for you to also check out. The Master the Art of Closing with his name is Bob Helig, but then also how to handle contacts that keep stringing you along. So that's like a really great one too. So those other two bonus ones. Just also keep in mind too with your homework assignment, how many people have you shared the business with since beginning in this training? And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just for you, But your response will give you a little bit of clarity on the growth of your business. If you've been sharing and having lots of conversations and inviting people about this, then good on you. You've been following all of our tips. If you've sort of been a little bit hesitant, then let's chat, Let's make a phone call with your upline coach, or chat. Let's make a call with me. And let's figure out, what are your reservations? What are you afraid about? What maybe direction do you need in order to get over that? And the other one is, how will you ensure that you will keep up with following up with the people and share the business with? Let me raise that. How are you going to keep up with and follow the people that you share the business with? So out of all the different ways, are you going to have an Excel file? Are you writing it down in a notepad? Do you have a planner? Do you have a dry erase board? How are you going to make sure that you keep up and follow up with those that you already presented the business to? So here we go, sharing my screen. Enjoy, Christine. And thank you guys. This is all about following up. All right, here we go.
Well, I'm sure you've heard of the fortune is in the follow-up. Really? That is the truth. That's why we are going to really focus on how to effectively follow up with someone. We're going to talk about it in two different ways. One is when you share the opportunity with someone, how do you effectively follow up with them to make sure that you are not having someone avoid you, or that you're coming across like a stalker. The other side of it all is how to follow up with someone when their answer is not right now. All right? So I'm going to share with you the first step. So now you've shared your opportunity, you've shared your product, you've shared whatever you wanted to share with this person. You told them to go look at it a little bit further, and that you were going to contact them back to see what they thought. And you were going to answer any questions for them. So now, if you're sharing, say for instance, the business with them, basically what you want to do is when you're following up with them, you need to make sure that you set a firm appointment time with them. Now, I always suggest that you remind them that you're calling them. So maybe send them a text message or an email and say, hey, remember, we're going to talk today at 12 o'clock. And let them know again that you're going to be chatting. And make sure, do it the night before, just to remind them. I love those little text messages from my chiropractor reminding me that I've got to come in tomorrow, because I forget everything, for real. So what you have to think about is you want to remind them so that they remember, so they don't miss the call. So let's go through a very common scenario. You call them when you said you're going to call them, and you even sent them a reminder, and you call them at 12, and guess where it goes? Voicemail. And you're like, hang on. No, you can't hang up. Nowadays, everybody knows who's a stalker because of caller ID. So when you call, it's registering that you're calling. You can't just hang up and not leave a voicemail. You need to leave a voicemail. So here's how you leave a voicemail when you get their voicemail. It's easy. You want to blame yourself, first of all. That's always the best and easiest approach. Blame yourself. So, hey, Joe, I was calling because I thought that we were going to chat today at 12. I may have had it screwed up. I think I said we were going to talk Sunday at 12, but I'm sorry if I screwed it up. What I want to do is I'm going to call you again later tonight. I'll call you about 8:30 because I know you got to put the kids to bed. So I'll call you at 8:30 so that we can chat about that opportunity. All right, I'll talk to you then, and hang up. So now why did I just tell him when I'm going to call him next? Well, you need to set another appointment because you didn't get the phone call with him. So it was good that you took the blame, not rather than, hey, Joe, I thought you said we were going to talk today. Why didn't you answer the phone today, Joe? Come on, don't avoid me, Joe. I'm going to stock your house. I'm going to toilet paper it. Come on, that's what it sounds like. So just totally blame yourself. And that's the easiest way to do it. All right, so now you're calling Joe back at 8:30 like you said you would, and now he doesn't answer again. Ooh. Now it's getting weird, right? You got to let it go. Here's the thing. Don't hang up. You got to leave a voicemail. But I'll let you know how to leave that voicemail and then how you let it go. So leave the voicemail and say, hey, Joe, it's just me calling back again. I called you earlier and I told you I'd call you at 8:30, and I know you may have not been available, but I just wanted to throw that shot in the dark that you were. Hey, I want to leave it on your lap to get in touch with me because I honestly don't want to keep, bothering you by calling you back with finding out what you thought about the video that you watched. So I'm going to leave this in your hands. I won't call you again. I want you to call me when you're ready to chat and ask more questions about it. I really hope, though, that you want to take a little bit look with it and maybe, ask some questions because I think this is right up your alley. So it's in your hands. Call me. Here's my phone number, or you can email me too. And then you hang up. And guess what? You're moving on from Joe. You have to. Now, you don't move away from Joe, do you? No. You don't stalk him anymore with phone calls. What you do is you stay visible in Joe's life. How can you do that? Oh my gosh, everybody puts their life out on social media all the time. That's the easiest way. So you don't have to obsessively email Joe or call Joe and say, hey, what you think about the business? Hey, what you think about the business? I will really need to know. No. You can like some of his posts. You could put a comment and be like, oh my gosh, look at your daughter's outfit. It's so cute. So you're basically just staying in Joe's world. That's it. Because you know what? Most of the time, if someone doesn't want to talk with you following you sharing the business, they're just kind of nervous about it. They want to research it more, and it might not be just ready for them right now. So if you still stay in their world and support them, they're going to see what kind of person you are, and they're going to actually stalk you a little bit more. I call it the voyeur. A lot of the times when someone says no or not right now, it's because they put that wall up. They're scared to say yes. They're scared to commit to go to that party on Friday. But they just want to step back a little bit and just kind of peek in the windows a little bit. They want to search online to get more information about it. And they want to stalk you. They want to watch your habits. They want to watch your consistency. They want to see, are you having any level of success with this? And that's typical for the majority of the people that you're going to share the business with. So you got to be okay with that. Basically, every time you go and share the business with someone, basically expect they're going to say, not right now. Because it's a rare few who say, yeah, let's go right now. So if you go in with that attitude, knowing, you know what, they're probably not going to say yes right now, but that's okay because I know that I'm going to just still keep them on my list and follow up with them every so often online or whatever. So you got to be okay with it. All right. Now, let's say they answer the phone. Ooh, what do we say? First things first, always make sure it's okay for them to talk on the phone. You never know what just happened in the house or if they all of a sudden had to go to work that day. So make sure that they can still talk. Second part of the phone call is you want to validate that they watched the presentation that you told them to go watch, because it's pointless to move on the phone call if they haven't done that, right? So what you want to do is make sure they watched that video or whatever you told them to go look at. And if they say no, stop it right there. There's no need to go any further. You don't need to teach them about this. Say, oh, no problem. So when will you watch the video? Set up another time to have them watch the video. Set up another time to follow up and then do so. But say they've watched the video and they're like, yeah, I did. I watched that on Saturday. Well, immediately now they're doing this. They're ready They're ready to fight because they're waiting for you to try to beg them to do this, to convince them to do this. But you're not going to do that because you're going in like this. I don't care, right? You want to stay excited, passionate, and I don't care. But what we want to do is when they said that they've watched the video, you now come back and validate why you thought of them, what their need is, and how this is going to help it. Really important. So for instance, Joe is a person that lost a lot of weight and a lot of people are coming up to ask him for help, and he hates his job. He hates going to his job because he's gone all hours of the day, and he really wants to be home more with his kids, but he has to work. His wife stays home with the kids, and he wants to have that opportunity to go to the school and do those functions with the kids too. You know that that's a big need of his. So when you follow up, he says he watched the video, you then bring those 3 parts in. The need, why you thought of them, and how it fits the world. So you say, totally, Joe, I know a lot of people are asking you about how you did it. And I know they're probably, banging on your door, trying to have you help them. And I know that you've also been really trying to, spend more time with the kids. And I know that you don't really want to, keep going to that job that you've been doing. Whatever the story is of this job, say, you told me that so many times you're just trying to find a different way or a different job. I honestly think that this is something that you could easily do alongside with your current job, because you want to help those people, because I know that that was important to you to lose that. And this is a vehicle for you to be able to at least plug people into a system so that they then can lose that weight too. And the great thing is you could do that like before you go to work, on your lunch hour, on the drive to work, on your phone, on a break. That's the greatest part about this, is that as long as you're trying to stay fit, lead that healthy lifestyle, you can share this with people in all those brief moments that you have in your day. And I'm going to help you with that. I'm totally going to help you with how you do this online, what you say to people so that they want to stay connected with you, and that you can help more people in a greater capacity to achieve their goals. And I know that feels so good. Are you ready to do this? So hopefully you now just sold him on that whole thing. Now, he's going to either say yes, no, or maybe, right? Assuming he says yes, then what we say is we lead them down that path to give him that choice of where's his next step. You can't just say, awesome, let me know when you're ready to get signed up, and then hang up. No, he said yes. Finish. Sign him up. Give him some choices. Okay, I'm so excited to get you rolling. Or do you have time right now? We can just walk through it and get you signed up now. But if you don't have time, what I'll do is I'll send you an email with detailed instructions of how you actually get signed up so you can't miss a beat. And then I'll follow up with you tomorrow to see if you had any problems, or if you got signed up, I'll know. And then I can send you out your getting started email, which is a super simple step, just getting your web page up. So which one do you want to do? Do you want me to email it to you, or do you want me to walk you through it right now? You've got time. It's only 5 minutes. That's it. Basically give them 2 choices. Like I said before, those 2 choices, like a kid, you win in both options, but they feel in control. You give them 2 choices. That's how you do an effective follow-up. Say Joe just says, I really want to do it, but I don't know if I can do it right now. I'm so busy and I don't have a lot of extra money right now. I don't know if I could sign up right now. I totally understand. I felt that myself too, that I was so busy. When I first signed up, I actually was working a full-time job, and I had to manage and train over 60 people, women, which is harder when it's all women. And I actually had a 1.5-year-old, and I had 2 part-time jobs, traveling and then teaching group fitness. And I was pregnant, and my husband worked 12-hour days away from our home. I totally was nervous myself, but I really just said, you know what? I like this mission, and it's going to support me more in my fitness. I really want to be a part of it nonetheless, because there's no real risk. So I just want to be a part of that community. And when I got involved with it, you just kind of really love that energy and being able to help people. I found moments where I could start building in my day, and that's how I built it. And now I am home with my kids. I do this full time. My husband quit his job, does this full time. And we're now crazy enough making multi-millions with this. I didn't think that was possible. I've only been doing this for 6 years. But you now basically just claim that. And if he still is in the, I'm not really sure right now, no problem. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reconnect with you in a month or so and just kind of see where you're at. But no worries. I want to still be there to support you. I'm still your friend. And that's how you end it. So that follow-up system is going to make your life a lot easier because you at least have something to sink your teeth into and know what is most important on that call to that person.
All right, so sorry there was a little bit of lag time. Hopefully you definitely learned a ton about following up, some really fantastic tips. She is the queen. So whatever, she's telling us as far as the following up, I would go ahead and do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care if you think it doesn't work or whatever, just do it. And I'm pretty sure she'll prove you wrong. Have a fantastic day.